It has been said that audio is 50% of the movie experience, and that holds true for video games as well. Producing the audio for games can be even more complicated and demanding, but just as rewarding.
It sounds huge. The audio team has done such an amazing job of bringing the creatures to life.
We come up with them in our heads, we say them with our mouth, we do all sorts of crazy things.
The music has to chase that action.
It's a soundtrack that mixes itself based on what the game player is actually doing.
And then that would be manipulated into a whole different sequence. You've got, huge dinosaurs, you've got humans with weapons, you've got ambience and different waterfalls and machinery. There's a whole bunch of stuff to work with.
The audio is a critical component to the storytelling, to the feeling of being in these deep environments, and also for the heart and soul of the game, which is the combat.
Whether it's designing the ambient sounds resonating throughout the environments or creating the distinct vocalizations of the indigenous creatures, the right sound design is key to making the world believable, and Vancouver-based Propaganda Games was up to the task.
We end up sitting down with the concept artists, and we start looking at sort of what the general plan is for the game in terms of its themes, and whether it's dark and gritty or if it's going to be a little bit more light toned. And then we start kind of building up our palette of sounds.
They've had to really explore all kinds of creative means of generating sounds, bringing stuff from dogs to lions to, walruses to all kinds of crazy sounds that they're able to manipulate and layer to get the impact that they want.
We kind of had our line of dinosaurs, and we'd sit down and say, what's the scariest one? Which is the one that was just going to be the distant banter type stuff? That's not exactly it, but you'll hear it in the game, I promise.
If there's a hunting raptor out there, you're going to hear him. If you're getting near a dinosaur's lair, you're going to know if you listen carefully enough.
Sound design helps to place and relate the physical aspects of the game, while the musical score helps to convey and evoke mood, the overall tone, and atmosphere.
There is interactive components, but there's also linear content as well. So if you look at what's going to be happening during gameplay, where we worked on an interactive music system, which had its own set of challenges, there was also 35 minutes of cutscenes that would require traditional film scoring.
The music also needs to reflect the characters, situations, and an overall theme that brings the game together in a manner that is both natural and cohesive.
A lot of the times, you are just queuing off concept art, maybe rough screenshots, animation cycles, stuff that's in development, and you kind of piece through all of this art production work, and you get a general feeling of where the project is going.
It's a fantastic score. It feels raw, it feels powerful, but it also feels mysterious at times and builds that tension for the player as he goes through.
The unique oral experience of Turok helps to immerse the player in another world full of mystery, danger, and excitement. Whether it's a dinosaur making its way through a lush forest that is heard rather than seen, or a firefight between soldiers. The sound effects give the game a sense of familiarity and weight, while music, on the other hand, explores the emotions of the characters, evokes tense situations, and lends itself to the overall atmosphere of the adventure. Through it all, these two elements breathe life into a world rich with texture and visual splendor. Next, it's time to head deep into the action as we explore the multiplayer aspects of Turok in the next installment of Awakening the Giants, The Making of Turok.